Hey, it's Russ Baden with Role Playing Public Radio. We are doing a Base Raider second edition character creation playtest thingamajigger. Basically,
is that a technical term?
I have ideas for Base Raider second edition.
You have thoughts.
I do have thoughts, and I also have a new recorder, a Zoom P4 digital audio recorder. So we're testing that out. So it has 4 mic inputs, and so I plugged in separate mic for each person, and so it's a way to do tabletop gaming without having like a laptop and big mic arms and shit like that blocking the gaming space. So it's a little more open. Anyways, I'm here with Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, and Tom.
I already wooed. Yes.
Yeah, you did woo. So this records to different tracks. They'll be able to apply different things to each track. It's amazing.
That is science.
It is. It's science and technology. Anyway, so Base Raider second edition. I want to do a second edition of Base Raiders, obviously, and thinking about what I like and what I don't like about Base Raiders. I think the things I like least, obviously, about Base Raiders is character creation / power creation. Also, as sort of a secondary thing of that is characters, high level Base Raiders, high powered Base Raider characters are a little too powerful. They had a little too many superpowers. You could min max a little too much. I want to gear it down and focus it so each character has like one signature superpower. Or they, it's about like having one power or like maybe several powers, but they're all very tightly thematically focused. Less Superman, more like Green Lantern. Green Lantern has one power and it's very versatile, but like that's it. Like
the power of Gween.
Yeah. Or Spider-Man or so Evil Hat put out a new edition of Fate called Fate Condensed, and I like that. I'm going to use that as the starting point for it, but I'm going to modify it. So I think the first thing is for character creation. So character creation, I'm using a modified version of Fate Condensed, but the idea is here. There's a couple different things. Characters can be of 3 types: origin stories, regular Base Raiders, which what we'll do today. Then origin stories characters, which are people who, in the first session get their superpower, and it's about how they get it and what they do to get it and blah, 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 blah. Because the idea in Base Raiders is either, I've also realized it's not everybody gets to choose to have superpowers by going out of their way and committing a crime to do it. They're non-humans who just have the powers. But like the idea is non-human characters have to do something even they have to do something to get powers, because if they had superpowers at Ragnarok, they were teleported away. So, the other one are dormant power characters, which are a lot of people made that in first edition, which were characters that had superpowers, lost them before Ragnarok, and then regained them after Ragnarok. Like they used a magic item to gain powers. Like there's a Sailor Moon character, I think literally called Cosplay. And she buried her magic wand and then dug it up after Ragnarok. It's like, I'm too old for this shit, but someone's got to fix all this terrible shit going on. But I've also decided to emphasize the reputation system too, in that there's going to be 2 axes. Thanks, Rick Stolze, for the mutually exclusive stats. So if you look on the right side of the character sheet, you have reputation, and it goes from criminal versus lawful and non-human versus human. And the idea is you can't have points in both, like in either of the opposing 2 things. So if you're lawful, you cannot be criminal, and if you are non-human, you cannot be human. This is reputation, doesn't mean like what you actually are. If you're not, you can say you're non-human, but like if you have human reputation points, your identity is entirely tied to being human, legally and socially. So like the idea is you cannot enter in if you have to have at least a +1 to enter in those areas without being like in disguise or under suspicion, So if you go out, you say, well, I'm an alien that just looks like human, and like I only have non-human points, so I can just go in human society. Okay, yeah, but if anybody asks for your ID, or anyone looks at you funny, they could like realize that you're not human, and then they call the super cops and they try to arrest you.
Is that the? Tell me it's super cops.
Well, I mean, I guess that's it's called the EPSA Enforcement Proliferation Empowerment and Proliferation Security Agency or something like that. Yeah, I remember my own setting so well. So you get to spend points on your reputations. You start with 0 in both, which means you basically are, non-existent in either society. And it also means there's really 4 societies, right? There's, criminal non-humans and lawful non-humans and criminal humans and lawful humans. So yeah. I'll explain this anymore. But yeah, the other thing is also power sources. That's the other big thing. Treating them as like a separate stress track that you start with 3 points in a power source. And in order to act by default, in order to use your power, instead of using fate points to boost your powers or whatever, you use your power source points. And so that means you don't get you can refresh your power source by going back to your home base. So you'll have a home base. So like that's another thing I want to emphasize in Base Raiders, building your own base, because you're superhuman. The same conditions that apply to the old superheroes apply to you. You need a base to, recharge your shit, to train, to fix yourself, all that jazz. So, we'll kind of go from there. Anyways, It sounded good, but yeah. So let's get started. Your power source will be a tag. It'll be just like magic, science, alien, psychic, something like that. And then you can modify it later on. So let's get started. So the characters start with 20 skill points and 3 refresh. The skill pyramid is the same rule that's all in Fate, which basically means you want a +4 in a skill, a skill at +4. You also need a skill at +3, skill +2, and a skill at +1. And you can't have, so everything has to be supported from the below. So like,
it can be a tower too.
It can be a tower, but the default thing is you pick 1 skill at +4, 2 skills at +3, 3 skills at +2, and 4 skills at +1. A pyramid, but you don't have to do that. I just made it like 20 skill points. Yeah. Then you and then you have 3 refresh where you have to start. You can spend up to 2 of the refresh to gain more skill points, but the refresh is how many fate points you start the session with, and you have to start with at least 1 refresh. So, anyways, aspects. The high aspect is your overall character concept, and that has to reflect your human or non-human identity. Then there's your trouble aspect, the thing that often gets you into trouble. Then a relationship, we'll just say with the other player character, something about the other player character, or something like your crossover adventure or something like that. And we'll sort of get into that. And then 2 free aspects you can kind of define. So Chris, what have you defined about your character?
Let's see. The guy's name is Will Grider. Mm-hmm. He's given himself the name Bill Chinko. He is an incredible fan of pachinko machines, but he also enjoys a good game of billiards. Mm-hmm. So he has, with the help of his good friend Yuto Himura, who is an old man who puts together pachinko machines, prepares them and stuff. He is incredibly modified his body to where he will dump a bag of pachinko balls into his mouth, and then it launches out of a hole in his stomach at incredible high speeds, kind of like buckshot. and you might be thinking, well, he's got to go through a lot of balls. Hang on. He has a magnet.
Yeah.
He has a magnet that rejects all these little pachinko balls back to him. So it's like double damage when they get out of the skin. It's like whap whap.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he can also swallow an entire billiard ball and launch that too, like a cannonball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the general idea of that guy.
Okay. So to sort of explain what I'm thinking of for the system. The idea is your superpower is going to be tied to one of the existing skills, and just by default, there's only going to be 3 power tiers. By the way, mundane, superhuman, and godlike. Mm-hmm. And your 1 superpower. So for yours, it would be shooting, right?
Yeah.
And now your special abilities, those would be probably like stunts, which means stunts are like active special things you can do that sort of like do more than just shoot.
Okay.
So you can just shoot, and but like. The billiard thing in particular, that would be like a stunt, like a power shot kind of thing. And that the thing is, by default, your power source starts with 3 stress, and you any scene you want to use a superpower, you have to spend 1 power. Now, stuns, you spend 1 power to activate each time you use it. So, like, if you want to shoot for a fight scene, then you just spend 1 power. You can shoot the entire scene at the superhuman power tier. But now, if you want to use ability, that would cost a 2nd power. And then once you run out of power, that's fine. But as soon as the scene ends, you won't be able to use your powers till you go back to your home base to recharge your power. And that could be you just resting. It could be in a safe place. It could be like you need something to recharge. You need to do something to recharge your power. Because again, the idea is you're new to this. Your power. So yeah, your high concept is human magnet pachinko. Turret. The human turret.
My high concept, I wrote it as gluttony exercised by technology.
There you go. I like that. But the thing is, you can also spend your skill points to modify and actually add in additional skills that are at the superhuman tier, basically. So, Tom, what about you? What's your high concept?
I'm going. He is a avatar of a ocean god that represents like orcas, killer whales.
Okay, so he's a non-human, I guess. Okay,
I mean, former human, but his human identity doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, so okay.
I'm actually like, since you actually mentioned, like I had powers before Ragnarok.
Well, that is one of the options. Yeah, dormant power. Yeah.
What I mean is like he was. Then like what I was kind of thinking of when I heard that is, but then Ragnarok happened and he lost his connection. But instead of becoming a human again, he became like an ordinary killer whale animal.
Well, you had to lose your powers before Ragnarok because if you had superpowers,
it happened just before Ragnarok.
Okay,
and then it happened before Ragnarok. And for years he lived, and then when the powers came back, like, well, great. It's like, but I can't go human anymore, and that identity doesn't seem to exist anymore.
Okay, that's fine.
So maybe like people that I knew back in the day maybe might know me, but
Chris, how familiar are you with Fate basic stuff like aspects?
Oh, I'm not at all, friend.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so an aspect is just like a phrase that describes your guy, and
like fucking weeb.
Well, I mean, high concept would be something relating to like your overall concept, like gluttony versus technology. That's fine. And so the idea is aspects can then be used either to benefit you or to compel you, which puts you at disadvantage but gives you more fate points. You spend fate points. So the power source thing is the new thing for base raiders that I'm doing, where it's basically like a parallel fate point thing, but only for superpowers. Fate points are used for general things like re-rolling or giving yourself bonuses, +2 to a roll, or you could just say like, oh, I know a guy because we're going in this tech haven or this. Yeah, I know this engineer because my high aspect relates to technology. So I can just say I know the engineer that we need to find. Or you could say like, oh, because of technology, I'm detected by the TSA monitor, thing. The X-ray machine detected me. So you get a fate point for that because you set off their bomb detector system or something like that. So that's the idea, is that they're narrative little phrases you can use for good or bad. And then they come into you have to invoke them in order to spend fate points. And fate points give you narrative agency, narrative control. It'd be like, if you really want to make one particular skill check, you can burn a lot of fate points if you have multiple aspects that apply and just crush it, but then you're out of narrative agency and you're just subject to the whim of the dice until you bank up some more fate points by putting your character through the ringer. So like that's the push pull of the system. So your trouble aspect is something that consistently gets you into trouble. It can be something that can also help you occasionally, but like
I put down impulsive. That's a good choice. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Think of a phrase like scatterbrain impulsive, or curiosity killed the cat, or curiosity killed the techno mutant. Yeah. More than just a single adjective.
Okay.
Yeah. So a phrase is what we're going for, a short phrase. Tom.
Yeah.
You know how aspects work.
Yes, I do.
Okay. You better.
Or what?
I'm just saying you bet. No, I'm just
saying that implies
after the sheer number of Fate games we've played, I would hope that you would have known this.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, so what does that imply, Ross? Is there a penalty if I don't?
I mean,
what are you going to
do? Really, it's just on you. It's just like I thought you would be able to learn.
You're curiously invited to fewer and fewer games.
Oh no,
that's impossible.
That's true.
I'm lovable, damn it.
You are. You just need to learn the system, Tom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us your trouble.
Yeah.
What makes this whale man so freaking troublesome?
Or whale lady, or whale non-binary.
There we are. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude guy.
Okay.
I'm actually thinking compelled to defend the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially like, and probably
Ocean defender. That could be the
ocean. It's probably a criminal because the source of my power, the orca spirit, is like defending the ocean. Like, okay, great. I need you to destroy that factory over there. Like, sure.
Well, criminal means like organized criminal.
Oh, okay.
So like you could be lawful non-human, and that would be fine because like the non-humans don't give a shit about human stuff. Obviously, like the underground is the main non-human society, and they're like, oh, you blew up a human factory. Who cares? Like they already hate us.
I shall put ocean defender.
Yeah, that's a perfect trouble aspect. And then relationship, you two should know each other and maybe each have a different thing to think about. Like, are you roommates?
Nah, we got sent to the nerd table at high school, and we just, I talked about anime. He wouldn't shut up about Shenmue, and you got to make your friends out of circumstances.
Friends out of circumstances. I like that as a friend. Yeah. Friends out of circumstances. So that could be an aspect, but you could put something else in. You could also talk about like if you've been on base raiding adventures before. Yeah.
So did you have powers before Ragnarok?
No.
Okay, so for me, my relationship with you will be recent.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe you did know each other as humans, like in high school, and then you reconnected because.
Oh God, high school buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. We had the table.
I'd say I'll just put relationship like high school, high school friendos.
Mm-hmm. But you can put something else different too, Chris, to represent a different aspect of your relationship. And the main thing, if you, like I said, getting superpowers is not like an accident unless you're literally born with it. And those what do you? So you chose to get powers, like you either found them, you found a power source, or you bought them, or stole them from somebody, or something like that. So what did you do? Being a huge weeb, he has a lot of disposable income. Mm-hmm. He would collect these pachinko machines, and he found this dealer in what city are we going to be in, by the way? New York.
Found this repair shop in New York run by this old dude, and the old dude had to meet, he paid the old dude enough money to make that weird, I eat the balls and shit out of my stomach kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. So he's just like, I want to be able to steal balls out of my stomach.
Yeah, he basically found a mad scientist that puts together pachinko machines.
Okay. Was it him that came with the idea with that, or was the mad scientist, hey, I've got a power for you?
Oh, no, he totally came to this guy with the idea.
Okay.
Yeah, like he loves pachinko.
Okay, he's like, well, base rate superpowers seem cool. I want one.
Yeah.
And I like pachinko.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to go. Mine actually, way back in the day, was a total accident. I was actually just looking for some kind of gift for a girlfriend.
Yeah.
It ended up being I was a necklace that literally was the connecting item to this spirit.
Right.
And now it looks like a tattoo on me that I can never remove it. So I'm permanently connected to this spirit now.
Well, how did you lose your powers before Ragnarok?
The spirit was actually somehow locked away from the world.
Okay. So it disappeared. Okay. And so how did you regain them? So that's the thing, is like dormant power characters have to choose to want to get their powers back, because it's not just like it just switches on. Like you would have to work to reactivate it somehow. So
what was the catalyst?
Like that's the whole thematic thing about base raiders, is people choosing to want superpowers, not just having fate hand it to them. Because that's the superhero trope, is like an accident or some magic destiny bullshit. And
I'm thinking I lived as a regular, I was pretty much an animal with a human mind for years, and then I slowly, it's like I could hear a whisper, so I went to go seek out and found a way to free the spirit on my own.
Okay. So you chose to go.
I chose to go back and.
Okay. All right. What's your character's name then?
I'm just going Orcanus right now, but James Collier was my human name.
Orcanus. Okay.
Morcanus.
Well, it's the actual scientific name of an orca. So.
Okay. Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. You learned something today, audience.
I did name a character in Quaytract Island, Lycosidae, which is like the scientific name for a wolf spider.
Cool.
Nice.
Anyway, so then you have 2 free aspects, which can just be anything to describe narrative phrases, again, that describe your character in some way. You also don't have to fill those out right now. You could fill them out during gameplay. So, but if you have something in mind that, like, you know, what else do you want to say about Bill Chinko? Like,
well, you know, he's very much a weeb. Like, you know, he's like, don't call it Japanimation, okay? That kind of guy. But he you know, but folded into that is, like, you know, the second aspect I kind of chose, which is, you know, he's very defensive about his hobby.
Yeah.
You know, if you mock how he appears, or you mock his zeal, he gets very defensive, and he won't drop it until he either gets an apology or he proves a point.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
I was actually thinking Surfer Dude would be one of mine.
Yeah, see, that works, yeah. And there's any number of ways Surfer Dude could be used for good or bad. It could be good, like, I know how to navigate this water hazard.
Yeah.
Bad, like some bank robbers who also are surfers know you, and they're in the area.
God, the Point Break crowd.
Yeah, they take a shot at you because you wanted a fate point. And so I'm like, well, yeah.
Then I'm also, like, you know, 10 or 12 feet tall. That
yeah, you could just say, yeah, that could be the other aspect is, yeah.
it's like just a huge.
Too big to handle, something like that.
Like, also go, he's like very big dude.
Yeah, very big dude. All right.
Classic VBD.
Yeah. All right, then pick a power source. This is just like a tag, and the idea for the power source stuff.
Too big.
Okay. Well, no, not too big. I think that's a little too big. Like, let's see here. Yeah.
No, like orca of unusual size.
There we go. Yeah.
I don't think they exist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for an orca, you're very small then.
Yeah, for a.
That's it. It's small for an orca.
Yeah, I'll work it out.
Yeah. I think that's the contrast. Is like you're small for an orca.
Yeah.
Because orcas are much
bigger.
Then
the thing, I'm like, yes, I was 30 feet long for years. Like, well, I'm smaller than that now, but I have arms again.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yep.
Hail, short king.
So the next thing is the power source. So the power source is a tag. So it's like ideally 1 or 2 words. And the idea is I'll probably for the final game have like a list of definitive tags, and that'll be it. Because the idea is there's going to be a lot of, I also want to do a lot of like power negation, power countering. Because like technology, like, you know, the government authorities have developed a lot of technologies that counteract powers and neutralize them. You know, like, I mean, that's a standard superhero trope is like, oh, we can bring the supervillain into the station because we have a power neutralizer, so they can't do whatever bullshit they can normally do, or a power collar that, you know, shuts down their powers. And so the idea is you do stunts and things like that would counteract certain tags and that kind of thing. So yours would be like either advanced science or alien science, or high technology, high tech. Yeah. And yours would be magic. Yeah. And you start with 3 stress on that track. And the main thing is also you cannot spend fate points on powers directly. So yeah.
Okay.
But so you get 1 superpower. And then you pick a skill for its basis. So yours would obviously be shoot, Chris.
Yeah.
So you put that under relevant skills because you can. And so for you, Tom, what's your superpower? Like, yeah, what of the 20 skills that you see would it must fit under?
Actually, it's like I would say physique and athletics is kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, well, pick one first. You can get the second skill later on as part of the thing, but pick just write one of those down under relevant skills.
I'll take physique.
Okay, so that's your first one. Then you pick a flaw in that, and you'll have to put at least +1 into that skill, but that'll be and the flaws. Did I put those down? I hope I did.
I didn't find a list of flaws when you mentioned it.
Okay, yep. I forgot. I did write them down. I just didn't put them in the document.
Oh my God.
I am a monster.
Wait, Ross?
Yeah.
We forgive you.
Yeah. Yeah. Pick a flaw. You don't get any. You just have to pick a flaw for it, and you only get 1 flaw. So obviously transform would be well, I don't know. Are you permanently in order?
Yeah, it's permanently that way.
All right, so you need something else. So the flaws are, if you want to, I will pull up my Google Doc, so because I pasted it in the Google Doc, so I can look at it as well because I didn't want to print out multiple.
Actually, you know what? I'll just go with the actual necklace. It's still a real thing. So to focus.
Okay. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. So the flaws right now are limitation. You can only use it under certain circumstances, like you're a werewolf. You can only be a werewolf at night. Delay. You must spend an action to charge the power focus. You need an item. Taxing. You take health or composure stress to use the power or transform. So yeah. Most of the time it would be like limitation or something like that. But yeah, delay is really funny too.
Like, yeah.
Excuse me. Buy me like a minute.
Yeah.
Just pulling the ripcord coming out of my ass. Hold on here. Couple tries.
Very base raiders.
Just like,
did you prime the oil?
Oh God. Like, does that hurt or feel good?
All right, so let's see here. Your power refresh is your home base, which basically, well, I haven't like written the rules out very much, so just describe a place, and that is where you go to recharge. And you can recharge it. You go to your base once per session to recharge it, but once the campaign, basically in a campaign, your power only refreshes when you go to your base. So unless you spend extra, so now is the time you spend skill points. So. You have to spend you can only spend up to 10 of your or half your skill points on your superpower. The others you have to spend on just your regular ass skills. And again, you have to follow the pyramid rules, but you can gain skill points by losing a point of refresh. You cannot start with 0 refresh. Giving up a consequence called fragility. Well, that's fragility. So basically consequences are, instead of you have a health and a composure track, and if you have 3 points in each, and if those get filled up, your character is taken out of a scene, like so you're knocked out or whatever. But you can take a consequence to absorb stress from an attack. So instead of like if you're getting hit with a 5-point attack, you could take a moderate consequence, and you only take 1 stress because the moderate consequence absorbs 4 of it. But then the moderate consequence would be like broken arm. And then you're going to have to deal with a broken arm until you can get it healed. And that takes time. But it keeps you in the fight. Fragility means you just literally give up a consequence. And then you're more fragile. So that's how that works. And let's see here. Gain of vulnerability. You can only have 1 for health and 1 for composure. Vulnerable. If you're attacked by your vulnerable thing, your kryptonite or whatever, you gain it. All the attacks automatically with +2 stress and drain 1 point of your power source. You can give up reputation. You start with 4 points of reputation, and you gain 2 skill points for each point of reputation. You can give up a stunt. You start with 2 stunts, and you gain 5 skill points for that. And then spend powers. If you want to get additional superpowers, you could spend to do that. Stress cost. So you could spend 5 skill points to only cost power source actually when using the stunt. So basically, instead of having to spend power every time you use the power for a scene, you can just have it to where so it's more efficient. So it only costs power when you use a stunt. So if you want to be shooting all the time, that would probably be a good way to spend your points. But yeah, this is where we spend your 20 points. So think about what other skills you have. And if you have questions about the skills, academics covers science stuff, lore covers magic and weird stuff. Physique is strength, athletics is speed / kind of physical things. Provoke is ordering people around, threatening people, intimidating people. Rapport is being nice and diplomatic. Resources is your character's resources. No skill can start above +4. Yeah, these are just sort of the default skills for Fake Condensed on. I didn't want to go with that, I didn't want to do that. So the other thing are trappings for superpowers. Are trappings and stunt. Trappings are passive bonuses that you always have anytime you use your power. And trappings cost 2, 4, 8 per. It costs 2 for your first trapping, 4 for your second, 8 for your third, and continue on in terms of skill points. So like weapon is you just do +1 stress every time you attack. So if you wanted your shooting ability, you might want to get weapon. Armor would be like you take 1 less stress whenever you use this power to defend. So that would make sense for physique power. Extra health stress, extra composure stress, cover identity. You can get 3 points to spend on a second identity, but that is tracked separately from your lawful your regular identity. Environmental immunity. You can just be immune to something like acid or electricity or radiation. Subtle, undetectable power. Range, additional zones, so you can area hit multiple foes at the same time. Unusual, some sort of specific passive ability, just an ongoing thing. Companion, an NPC with 3 stress who follows you. Equipment, a piece of useful gear that gives +2 to specific skills when used, like lockpicking, when doing burglary stuff with doors and locks and that kind of thing, or a trap detecting kit or something. Stunts are like minions. You have to summon them. You have to spend power to summon them. Valuable or variable, you can replace a relevant skill once per scene. Flight, aquatic, teleport. I guess aquatic would probably be more of a trapping than, now that I think about it. That would be water breathing and depth immunity and that kind of thing.
I'll probably be doing that.
Okay, so that would be trapping. So that would
just put aquatic.
Yeah, so that's gonna, if that's your first trapping, that's cost 2. If it's your second trapping, cost 4. If it's your third trapping, cost 8.
These are skill points.
Yes, everything is cost and skill points. You start with 20. That is going to be the budget. So yeah, your power shot. So the way the stunt would work is you spend it. I guess do you just wanted to do more damage? Or do you want to be like, you could do more damage to be like armor piercing, or like what kind of effect did you want in the game for your billiard ball shot?
Basically be like, I don't know if you've ever been like an actual boat, but they used to have like cannonballs that just like, they almost pretty much fit, nearly in your palm. I guess it would probably be better to say like a bocce ball, more like a bocce ball, which is a little bit bigger. But yeah, basically the idea is you go up and it fires it like a cannon.
Okay.
It's meant to penetrate. Yeah.
Okay, so I would say we'd inflict +4 stress if it hits. And so weapon 4 and ignores armor or halves armor round down. Like, yeah, that would be more fair. Yeah. So that would just put that in as power shot under stunts. And that's kind of how we'll treat it. And you have to spend one of your power source to activate it. Okay. So you start with 2 stunts for free, so you don't have to spend any for that. So and stunts you can leave blank. You don't have to specify your stunts now. So, but you already did that. So like, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, just kind of think. So if you want additional relevant skills, so you wanted to have athletics as well as physique, right, Tom? So that would cost you 2 skill points for your first relevant skill. And then 4 if you wanted another one, and then 8 if you wanted 3 skills total.
Sure.
So add that in. So do you have any questions for me, either of you?
No. I was just questioning about the flaws, but now I got that down. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I totally can't believe
I'm not rubbing it in, dude. I swear to God.
No, it's like I copied this up. I originally wrote this in Scrivener, and then like I put it in a Google Doc so I could share it with you. And I forgot to copy that part for some stupid reason. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just one guy. So a trapping is 2 points.
The first one, if you look on it, it's on here. I'll show you. Here's the.
Oh yeah, I didn't have that sheet.
Yeah. It's on the Google Doc, but you can. Yeah.
Sure.
It goes up. So the more trappings you have on a superpower,
just the first one would be.
First is 2 points. Yeah.
That's the electric kettle. Yeah. It's been in many podcast episode, mostly a mix 6, but
see, now it's a character.
It is.
You have to remember to include this on the don't leave the electric tea kettle out.
Yeah, no. Well, it's just a regular kettle. It's not a tea kettle specifically. We don't even use it mostly for tea. It's mostly for coffee.
I guess your power starts at mundane tier, and it's
no, your superpower is automatically superhuman tier. Your first power is like at superhuman tier.
Okay.
So basically, the thing is, if you want to use your superhuman power, it costs your power source to do that. Mm-hmm. Unless you spend skill points to make it efficient. In which case only stunts cost. So does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can, if you want to lift something, you could just roll regular physique. But if you want to use your superhuman strength, you would have to spend a power point.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Power source. Yeah.
When does the power source have to be like a literal thing in the game universe, or is that like like a selection I make from the book?
Like I said, I think the power source eventually I'll just can make a list of 12 tags and that'll be it. Because like the idea is there's going to be power countering and power negation and that kind of thing.
Eventually, okay.
Yeah. So like power negators of certain types are going to be available, and like it would be a whole plot element to find like an exotic power source that no one knows about, like some weird alien extra dimensional thing that like none of the power negating things would work on. He's like, oh well, now we could just raid the Federal Reserve now because none of their shit would work on this. So that's why I know it's really hard to use and really kind of shitty otherwise, but like nobody would be able to counter us. So it would be so that would be that's a whole plot element I would like to bring in.
Do you want reputations hammered out before the game or like during it?
Well, probably during character creation. So you have 4 points to spend, but the thing is you cannot be on both tracks at the same time. So you have to choose whether you're, and these are entirely reputational. They're not inherent things. So it's entirely social. It's entirely changes as a result of game actions. It's just as is. If you want to get into the underground, you have to have at least 1 point with non-human, and then the thing, if you choose criminal non-human, then you like the criminal versus non-criminal versus lawful is more about like it's contextual, right? Like human versus non-human is like where you're just let in on sight. Like people will let you in and not gonna like be suspicious of you. Like if you have at least 1 point in non-human, there's something about you that like people are just like you're like you may look human, but like
something's off.
Something so you maybe you would have to make skill checks to pass for human. Like you'd have to make a deceive check to be like, hello, fellow humans. Like you just don't know how to I mean, it's social on also knowing how to interact with people. So like.
If you're like, it's like the cyber thing, you're a robot, like, hello fellow humans, I enjoy breathing.
It's knowing how to like pass for normal, like in human society. So like if you have if you look totally human, but you have like +4 non-human, you're going to be like going to buy a soda at the gas station. You're talking about like, and just then use your plasma breath to light up a cigarette and be like, what the fuck? It's like not having the common sense to not hide your, demon eyes or whatever, and shit like that.
Is this bothering you?
Yeah.
Is this bothering you?
Yeah, exactly. And so people like superpowers have been around a lot, like long enough that base raiders are common. Like people, pundits bitch about them on,
these damn shows. Kids.
Yeah. And so like people know about them. Anyways, have you spent your 20 skill points?
Yes.
And did you sacrifice anything to get more skill points?
I didn't know, but I used 2 of my skill points to buy a trapping.
Okay. All right. And
how do you get more skill points again?
That's on that sheet, I believe.
Okay.
Gaining skill points. Do you see that, Tom?
Yes, and actually, I'll drop down to 2 refresh.
Okay. Yeah. Did you pick any stunts, or are you going to leave them blank for in the game? So again, stunts are active, like special techniques or special things you can do that are out of the ordinary. So for like an orca, it could be any number of things.
Like sonar.
Yeah, sonar. Yeah. Like it's not an ongoing thing, but like if you want to activate your sonar vision, not really vision, but
Could my guy get away with rocket jumping?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That could be another stunt
with a billiard ball.
Yeah, that's a perfect stunt. Like, yeah, cool. And that lets you shoot for like athletics checks, basically. So you can like, what's your shoot at?
That 4. I've chosen that to be my highest skill.
Okay, and you have at least 1 at +3 and 1 at +2 and 1 at +1, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you followed the pyramid rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I got 5 more to spend.
Okay,
so
yeah, you can also just fill in like regular skills too. Don't forget about those.
Yeah.
Like you need, like especially if you have physique and athletic, you need them both fairly high. Or to have 2 skills fairly high, you need a bunch of other skills.
Yeah, I've got them. It's kind of a tower, but there's no more below than above.
Okay, and also think about the power efficiency thing too.
Mm-hmm. How much was that again?
I think it's 5. Ways to spend skill points. Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, there's no number on there.
Ways to spend it. Stress cost 5 skill points to cost to only cause stress when using the stun. That could be worded better, but yeah. So it's 5 skill points.
Sure.
That means, yeah, if you want to do that. If you have 5 skill points to spend.
Which I now do.
Okay. Yeah, if you just want to burn them all on that. Yeah, let me take a look at your sheet, Chris.
Oh, sure.
So you're criminal and non-human. Okay, so very good. And resources 3, 2. Yep. You got the pyramid right. And high tech, superhuman, delay, power shot. Yuto's workshop. Cool. Yeah. Don't make fun of me. So yeah, you could use that for a lot of different ways, both good and bad. So like that's a good aspect of it. I have to have it. Oh, that's a really good aspect. Good to compel. First idea, best idea. That's yeah. Cool. All right. Sounds good. Ooh, Bill Chinko. All right. Tom?
Just about there. Refresh my mode or stunts again.
Stunts are active things you do. So there are some stunts listed. Here are some example ones. But you start with 2.
Oh, I have that under trappings.
Yeah, trappings are passive bonuses, like things that are just ongoing.
I put aquatic on that.
Yeah. I realized aquatic should be that, but like flight is definitely an active thing because unless your power is just regular flight. Yeah. But if you wanted that, like flying by shooting pachinko balls, like better than rocket jumping, that would also be a stunt. But like rocket jumping would be faster and also like less obvious. Like you rocket jump once and you can just launch yourself in the air. But if you're flying by shooting billiard balls, probably not going to be super maneuverable.
Okay, well, so right now I don't have any stunts then. So.
Yeah. Well, you can just specify them. So they're like special things techniques you can do. You can also give up your stunts to gain more skill points, but you don't have to. You can just leave them blank. And then like, if you're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could do this? And then like,
actually, I'll just leave 5 skill points currently open.
Like a common stunt for big, strong guys would be the whole Hulk palm slap thing to create a shockwave. Like that would be a stunt.
Can I just leave it just with I have 5 points right now and I can spend them later?
Well, no, you have to spend your skill points now, but you can just leave your stunts blank because then they can come up and play. So it's probably just better just leave the stunts blank.
Yeah. And
okay.
I'll spend those 5 points. Like I have a stunt, I just haven't chosen it yet.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Stunts can be blank.
Okay, so that's what I'll spend. Like I have a single stunt that I just haven't chosen yet.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I think we're ready to get started. So, yeah.
And reputations. Is that just we just mark where we are in that?
You have 4 points to allocate between the 2 axes.
Okay, so what I mean is like, so that's just
you have to have 2 on the same track.
No, that's what I meant is like, so it's basically like, if I have 3 points in I don't have to do like the 1 and the 2 to equal a 3. It's
3 points. Yeah.
So I just go 2, 3.
No, that would be 5 points. You have 4 points total.
Yeah.
So it'd be 3, 1.
Like I went 2, 3.
That's 3 points.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's 3 points.
So yeah, if you put 3 points on here,
okay, I got that.
Then you're obliged to put 1 point on the other track.
Yes. That's
okay. Or you could, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I mean is like, it's like, I don't know if it was for stress. What there used to be like if you I have this, like if he was this.
Oh yeah. No. That fake condense removes that. Now every stress box is just 1. In previous versions of Fate, Chris, like your 3 boxes were 3 stress and your 2 boxes were 2 stress, and Fate Condensed gets rid of that because it's just easier.
So that's
condensed.
Yeah, but the reputation is not that; it's a skill.
Okay, so yeah, I got that done.
Okay, so what are your reputations?
Non-human 3 and lawful 1.
Okay, yeah, see, that's fine. The lawful versus criminal is more like people have to know you for that to really come up. Like if you're asking them, the mayor for help, like it probably helps to be lawful. Or maybe criminal, depending on what you're asking for.
Or what kind of mayor it is.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're, going, or, a gangster, he probably wants to deal with criminals, not like with, pillars of society, because, and vice versa. So anyway.
Goddamn pillars.
Goddamn pillars. Yeah.
So your home base type would be magic.
Yeah, it would recharge magic, basically. The Yuto's workshop would recharge high tech, and you can visit that once per session to recharge it.
Right. Features, I'll be like underwater.
Don't worry about features yet. That's I have not written those rules yet.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. The idea is, so like instead of like in first edition's base raiders, you gained loot points to spend to upgrade your powers. Now you're going to spend it to upgrade your base more than anything else, and also your goals, which I want to keep in, which is like I want to change society in some way. I want to get rid of the corrupt mayor, or I want to build a shelter for non-humans, or I want to do this, or I want to give everyone superpowered drugs.
Call me Dr. Drugs.
Yeah, exactly. Then that would be a goal, and you would allocate your wins for that. All right, so yeah, we're ready. So both of you, Orcanus and Bill Chinko, are base raiders. You're professional base raiders in the sense that you do that to earn enough resources to survive. So, but what else do you do? Like, aside from just mere survival, you're both non-humans. One is lawful, one is criminal. So dun, but you can still hang out. I mean, it's just,
we have to do what we have to do to get by.
Yeah. You have to do what you have to do to get by. So, what do you base raid for other than just survival? Just getting enough resources to, keep the lights on and keep your belly fed. So
I want to prove that I can do it.
Okay.
I've watched a lot of these goddamn tokusatsu films, and I thought I could be an excellent villain. I could have a whole gimmick.
Oh, okay.
I could show these people how it looks in real life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing it. I'm proving it to myself. That's why I'm up to it.
Oh, nice.
Like the underground exists like it did in the original Base Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually just like, I'm a big defender and supporter of them.
Okay.
So I do it to, so I can make sure I stay fed and everything, but also I do think I also like donate a lot of it to the underground, and I do a lot of stuff for them.
Okay.
Because right now they're the only friends besides my old high school buddy that I can just go to and not have to make a whole drama about it.
All right.
President of the Anime Club for life.
The Anime Club. So many bitter memories. I just picture it being like Casey Green's one.
Yeah. And also I do occasionally, I do get resources so I can keep track and catch killer waves wherever they may happen to be.
Okay. Yeah, obviously. You're both friends. Your base is probably literally underground somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in an abandoned subway tunnel or something. And you're probably off
of Long Island.
Off of Long Island.
Underwater.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, both of you awaken. You're in an underground cell there's bars on the door. It's like a reinforced cell of some kind. It doesn't look like a police station. There are flickering fluorescent lights. It's dark beyond the bars. It smells kind of weird, like old and stale, like the air's been recycled a lot. And neither of you know how you got here. You're waking up on you're on the floor. You're on a bench. You're too big for a bench, obviously. Bill Chinko, what is your last memory?
Let's see here. My last memory is I was furtively making my way back to Yudo's workshop because I had just seen online that Konami had released yet another Castlevania pachinko machine. And I just, and I want to see if he's seen it too. And I want to watch all the little reels and see oh, you see that cameo there? Oh, we haven't seen this character since Portrait of Sorrow. That kind of so I'm running over there to talk about this pachinko machine. And I black out at some point.
Yeah. You don't know. Yeah. You remember definitely going there, but then you don't remember how you got here. Yeah. And you don't know how much time has passed. So that's a bit alarming. Orcanus.
I was swimming south along the East Coast because there was a small tropical storm kind of making its way north that was apparently kicking up a lot of surf. And I'm like, oh yes, like there's gonna be some towering waves in the ocean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was swimming there.
Okay. So you were swimming, yeah, and then so I assume it was daytime and nice out, aside from you're both here. What are you going to do first?
My question is, would I necessarily recognize you in your animal form?
I'm saying since we base rated before.
Okay.
Yeah, we know.
Oh yeah. So are you a full-time Orca guy, or can you transform back?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Okay. So you're a full-time Orca guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. So I know who he is. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you do recognize him.
What was the last thing you remember?
Well, shit. I was swimming. I think I was somewhere off Cape Hatteras, and now I'm wherever the hell this is.
Okay.
You?
My first idea is to start racking the bars. So I'm going to start making a bunch of noise.
Okay.
I want to see who's here.
All right. You get up to the bars to start like clanking on them. And you can see actually some light out of the corner of your eyes. It looks like the hallway is darkened, but there's an intersection off to the right, and there's a light at the intersection that's flickering a bit, revealing more like, mostly metal and concrete corridors. The design seems vaguely familiar, but you don't quite place it. But now you can make a skill check to see if you remember anything useful. So relevant. The best skill would be investigate, but I would also allow academics or burglary.
Well, I got a single point in academics.
Also, you need to roll 4 dice.
4. I apologize.
Yep. I just say that. Yeah. You always roll exactly 4 dice in state.
That's just pretty much whatever your skill.
What skill are you using?
Academics is the only one that seems to apply in this scenario.
So,
it have 1 point in academics.
Okay, so basically you got a 1.
Okay.
The design of the corridor is very familiar in that you're pretty sure this is a standard build-a-base template corridor. Build-a-base are basically advanced nano fabrication machines that would they're the size of a pallet. The superheroes built them back in the days of before Ragnarok, and they would hand them out to superheroes. It's like, okay, take this machine, put it somewhere remote, and it'll just turn the local environment into a base. It'll just absorb dirt and rock and whatever was in the area, and it would, swarms of nanomachines would slowly transform it into like a hero base. And then, of course, villains copied the technology, and that's part of the reason why there's so many bases. They just handed out these machines to anybody in a mask and had a
you get a base.
You get a base. Yeah. So you just be in the middle, just handed this pallet-sized machine, and dig it into a big pit.
Let it cook.
And then let it cook for a week, and then like you open it up, and it's a standard superhero base. So like, and they had a whole fabricated. They had a little tablet with little software on it that like let you design it like in a video game or something. So like, it was very slick, and that's why there's literally thousands of bases, all undocumented, and like, so.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's what you know with the +1 academic. So while you're looking around, just remembering this and realizing this is a build-a-base thing. And you've been in build-a-bases before because they're like the most common base, not the only type of base, but like the most common. Orcanus, what are you doing?
I'm like just
while Bill Chinko's looking around. Yeah,
just like I'll try the bars. Like, well, like is this just steel or is this like super alloy?
It is definitely reinforced. It would definitely require a superhuman power. Now, did you pay the 5 skill points for efficient power use?
No.
Okay, so you'd have to spend a power point for power points, but that would mean your superpower is relevant for the rest of the scene. So if you want to do that, that can, but that'll cost you.
I'd rather know more about what I'm dealing with before.
Okay. So you're realizing like this is not like
Can I also have investigate? Can I test? Just kind of test.
Yeah, you can roll investigate.
All right. 2.
With a 2, you remember both of you were in a build-a-base pretty recently, a base with a similar design, because you can recognize a logo stamp. Like you could customize your bases with a tablet with like your logo or like different signage and in various languages. And this was in a Ludian alien script. So
Ludians.
Yeah, Ludians are an alien species that invaded, decade back in the 80s, and some of them would, a bunch were left stranded on Earth, and some of them became superheroes, some of them became supervillains. But like, There's a whole string. It's a whole like Alien Nation kind of vibe, but like
they're more like crab aliens.
Yeah, they're crab aliens, but like they're refugees. There's now like 3 generations of them on Earth.
Like know them when you see them.
Yeah.
Okay,
they're crab people,
but not like the Skrull.
Yeah, they were protected by the superheroes before Ragnarok. Now they're like without legal status, and humans don't like them because
well, we
gotta hate somebody.
Hey, their grandparents invaded.
Yeah, their grandparents did invade, and a lot of people did die. So, this is a Ludian design, or at least a Ludian design that it's in the Ludian language. So, and you were in a base that had Ludian stuff in it, or Ludian signage in it.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and spend that 5 to make it do the efficient.
Okay, yeah,
that's under. Stunts?
Yeah, just put it on trappings, just efficient, or just put it somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
So
spent that.
So now ways you can spend your power. Sometimes it'll cost power just from certain things, like power negation or stunts always cost power. Also, if you want to re-roll or gain +2, it costs power. So like you can't spend fate points on your powers. Yeah. So you have 2 separate things now. So Yeah, you can make that physique roll.
All right, I'll just try to see if I can just tear bars off.
Okay, yeah. You need a +6.
All right. I have a 4.
Yeah. So if you spend a power point, you would get a 6.
Dude. It's only a play test.
It's your choice.
Yeah, we don't know yet know enough. Like this might trigger some alarm if I break this thing.
Well, then good. Someone will come and get us out.
Or come and kill us.
A voice, a PA system crackles on. Hello? Hello. Yes, you're awake. Great. I can hear noise. The camera's down, but I can. The microphone's picking up a lot of noise. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Great.
This could be construed as unlawful imprisonment. Just saying.
Well, no, I definitely saved your life, and you definitely owe me.
I don't recall that.
Well, the quantum destabilizer field definitely causes short-term memory problems, but you definitely you were in a base with this advanced quantum technology, and that destabilized you, but there was a time delay. Fortunately, I was able to isolate your fields and protect you. So it's only fair that at great personal cost, obviously, and risk, that you repay me. So let's talk about that repayment, because this is not a charity. So
you're going to describe exactly how you saved us, please, before there's any sort of repayment, because I still feel like I was captured.
Well, okay, so both of you were in a base like this one recently with Ludian symbols, right?
No.
No, yes, I recognize some of this.
I recognize everyone is Ludian. Everyone recognizes Ludian.
Well, you went into a room with a weird glowy light. Do you remember that?
No.
You do, actually. There was it was like a week ago. You think it was
he's gaslighting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you can roll academics or burglary to remember.
I'm going to take that.
Well, that's not happening because I don't have any of those.
All right.
I mean, I could get a positive on the dice.
You can.
Well, I just zeroed myself out again.
Oh,
1.
Of course. I've been zeroing myself out on here quite
That's
a bit.
statistically the most likely thing. Yeah. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got a 1 on the academics roll.
Okay.
Is this guy below me or no?
The last base you went into had Ludian stuff. You do remember that.
That's true then.
But there's so many rooms with glowy stuff in it that you don't remember particularly. I'll let you decide. Did you get a lot of cool loot out of that one or not? Was it dangerous, easy, cakewalk? Was it already like mostly scavenged?
I start checking my person.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of something I might have pulled from here.
So this would be a use of a fate point if you want to like make a declaration like I have this useful thing, or like
I went there because I wanted it was a very particular metal alloy, and I wanted to see if it would be very good for me to make pachinko balls out of. All right.
No, you don't have to roll. You can just spend a fate point. Oh yeah, so fate points
Where are those?
Yeah, sorry. You start with did you spend any of your refresh before to gain skill points?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you get 3 fate points.
And I
Okay.
get 2.
So you have 2? All
Yeah.
right. So you spent one of your refresh.
I did.
So like fate points you get back in the game by putting yourself at a disadvantage. That's called a compel. So like your trouble aspect, but you can spend them to make either gain to reroll all your dice, gain a +2 to a roll, or make a declaration. Like, I have some of this metal alloy.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like, I would know this thing that he's talking about, and I know what I can tell what he's saying is true or not, because like I know what he's going for.
Okay. So I can use a fate point to say that I find on my person a little bag full of metal cubes. Mm-hmm. And I remember exactly why. I was like, yes, I couldn't wait to take this to Yudo so we'd shave these down to pachinko balls.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you activated the Ludians in that base were attempting to build a time machine, and they didn't quite get it, but they did build something that destabilizes people on a time delay. And I've been researching it here, and I detected it's linked to this base. This base is linked to that base. The sensors are, at least. And so I detected that, and I've been working all this week to try and figure this out. And then I realized your fields were about to destabilize, and I figured, I didn't know who you were, but I figured it was better to try and save you than let you disappear into the ether. Now here's where you can make, I believe it is empathy, to tell you how much empathy is the sensing bullshit skill.
I have empathy.
Okay. Yeah.
At 1. I got a 1.
Okay. And see, this is something you can spend a fate point on. Now, which aspect are you invoking that would give you more insight into figuring out whether this guy is telling the truth or not? So you have to have an aspect in order.
He pulls a little starfish out of his pocket. He puts his ear to it. Yeah, I don't know, man. He sounds like he's full of shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay not knowing for now.
Okay.
Now that I think about it.
You think the guy's... you do get something with 1, and that is the guy is not 100% lying, but he's not 100% telling the truth. But you can't.
Well,
tell
that's what. Like, yeah, but that's pretty much everyone.
Yeah, but there's something to this stuff. Like, you do remember you were in a base,
but that was a week ago.
It was a week ago. You got some metal cubes, and that was about it.
He got a bag of metal cubes, and I got a bag of metal cubes.
Yeah.
I was going to donate them to the. But I donated.
You probably already did. Like,
I donated them to the underground.
Yeah. And he was going to make them into pachinko balls, and
but you just give away your alien metal alloys all the time.
Like, what am I going to do with alien metal alloys?
You could sell them.
That's what I took them to the underground.
Well, did you donate them or did you sell them?
Donated them.
Okay, see, well, there you go. You could have sold them. They'll buy it at a high price. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I sold like a quarter of them. The rest I donated.
Okay, there we go.
I have to live. I do have to live.
You got it.
3/4 of a bag of cubes.
You have to eat a lot.
I do. I can go hunting in the ocean, but also I eat,
that's a lot of mercury.
But hey, I eat raw fish all the time. But sometimes I crave like a well done steak.
Yeah. Also, you can't eat fish straight from the ocean anymore.
Well,
it's a lot of mercury. Anyway,
for now I can't. But
so
that's
so the guys keep probably saying, "My name is Brian, by the way." And so you definitely owe me your life. And so, but you look like you sound like you're base raiders, right?
This is true.
We've been known to raid a base on occasion.
Okay, great. Well, there's just
why are we having this conversation over the radio and not in person, Brian? Why do you fear us?
Well, because I didn't know who you were, and also, as you can tell, this base isn't like fully operational. And in fact, that's why if you just do something for me, we can just call it even. How's that?
No, actually, I have this request.
Yeah.
I'm tough to convince. Do you have video evidence of your rescue of us?
I mean, everyone's got a cell phone camera.
Well, yeah, here in my lab up here, but that's in the green zone. You're not cleared for the green zone.
The green zone?
Yeah, the green zone.
Is this nomenclature my character would understand?
It's something.
I know what it means in case of like Iraq.
Am I in the brown zone?
Well, you're in the red zone because it's unsafe.
Oh, yeah, no, this is pretty much, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's pretty much standard military.
Yeah, so
stuff.
so here's the problem. There's a rogue robot running around down there, and I need you to take it offline.
Were we brought here to do this for you?
Well, no. I mean, if you have resources you can transfer, we could talk about that. But I assume as base raiders, you spend everything the moment you get it. So, yeah.
He does have us there. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we kind of do live in the now.
What are your terms exactly for us, please?
Okay, well, I have some sensor input and stuff. I can tell you approximately where the robot is. I don't know. I've been able to access all the files on this base. I don't know what it's trying to do or what its capabilities are. It doesn't seem to be a military robot. And you just take it offline, so no longer, and then I'll provide you the exit, and you can just leave. Yeah, that sounds fair.
To whom?
Well, to me.
So you're Brian, right?
Yeah, I'm Brian.
Okay, Brian.
I mean, if you want to think of me as like,
look, I believe in helping people,
yeah.
And clearly, I don't.
Also paying off your debts. You're not a deadbeat, are you?
Well, again, as far as I'm concerned, I don't.
I'm sorry, but you've put us into this debt. We had no say in it. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
some people call it usury.
All right, Brian, listen to me.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I have no debt I owe to you, but I'm going to help you anyway.
Okay.
Fine. I'm into.
Okay, yeah. See, you just take the robot offline, however you see fit, and then just leave. And yeah, that would be great for everybody, I think.
Okay. Can you open these bars?
Okay, now that you've agreed, yes. So I will light. If you can see a light, green light down the. If you look to your left, you can see the little green light, and I'll create a little trail of green light that'll lead you to this malfunctioning rogue robot, and then you can just deal with it.
So how dangerous is this robot?
Well, it's certainly more than I can handle. I mean, I'm a scientist, obviously. I'm a very brilliant one.
Of course you are. Yes.
Yeah. And I just but I've been working on this quantum destabilization technology, and I don't know.
I'm sorry, are we in a dilapidated base and you shut down a large portion of it to protect yourself?
Yes.
Okay. How many of your colleagues have you left to die?
That's hardly relevant at this point. I mean, okay, if you do see,
just ignore the bodies.
Yeah. I mean, okay, if you see someone claiming to be an intern, let me know. I'll let you know if they're actually an intern or not.
What if the robot claims to be the intern?
I don't. I mean, the robot's very large.
Okay, so we'll recognize.
Yeah, all the interns were human or looked human. So yeah.
All right, well, you can open this up now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the cell bars slide open.
All right, let's go do this. And
I got this. I had my fingers crossed when I said yeah. He doesn't hear that. Ryan didn't hear it.
Wow, you showed him.
You got me. Yeah. All right. This ain't gonna go in court. No.
Well, I mean, if we're still in the ocean, I think this might still fall under international waters.
Yeah, you don't know. I have no idea where
we are.
I'm less worried about the legality and the both of us getting the hell out. How have you been, by the way? We haven't said hi.
I was on my way to. There's that tropical storm. I was gonna go surf some of it, but now we're here. Such is c'est la vie, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we started wandering down to that intersection with the creepy flickering light.
Yeah, well, that's to the right. He says go to the green light to the left.
Oh, okay.
So you can choose to disobey him if you want.
So, can I fit in these tunnels okay?
Yeah, it's very large.
Okay, good. So yeah. I was just worried. I'm not claustrophobic, but it does piss me the fuck off.
Yeah. No, this is a larger base than the one you were at.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I guess we should trust this guy's instructions. I don't think he'd be leading us to our death quite yet. Well, but once this robot's dealt with, we got to be on our toes.
Well, yeah. I think if he wanted us dead, we were unconscious in a cell. That was the easiest thing in the world.
Oh, that's fine. But I mean, I'm wondering what the motives are of this robot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the robot has motives, we'll suss that out later.
Okay. I mean, this reminds me of so-and-so anime where the evil scientists captured the kids, and the kids were told to it turns out the robot was the one that needed to be saved.
And then I'll quietly not bother to remind you that I don't watch anime.
So you're having this conversation as you're following the green lights. There is a trail of them. There's solitary emergency lights, a steady green light, and the rest of this base is dark. And you realize it is quite large. Both each corridor is very large. It is meant. You're guessing. Actually, both of you can make some kind of check, either notice or investigate or.
Investigate.
Yeah, what do you actually figure out what question you want to ask? What do you want to figure out about the base as you're looking around having this conversation?
Maybe where are we?
Okay, yeah. What skill?
Investigate.
Investigate would work perfectly.
I almost think every single roll I have done has been zeros out. So I got a 2.
Okay. Wait, that was 4 negatives.
No, that's 2 positives.
Okay, 2 negatives. All right. With the 2. You're guessing actually you are under the ocean. There is a dampness in the air that underwater bases tend to have.
You can hear the currents, can't you?
Again, it's just sort of a sense, but like you're probably somewhere under the eastern seaboard, like not too far offshore.
That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah. But it would also explain why this place can be so expansive, because when you're on the mainland, like there's so much built up activity on the eastern coast that it's hard to.
Yeah, I was going. Oh, thank God! I think we're underwater. Like, oh yeah, you can just. Oh, it feels good on the skin. It's good.
Yeah, there are numerous side passages that you're going by.
No. I say let's go let's just go find this robot.
Yeah, let's confront the enemy wherever he may be.
Okay. So you keep following it along for a ways. It's like a 20-minute walk or so. You can occasionally, and you start hearing sounds, mechanical sounds.
Takes us 20 minutes to get out of the jail.
No. Like you're going down multiple corridors.
Okay.
You're out of the jail and you're following
20 minutes of green lights. Okay.
Yeah. 20 minutes of green lights, numerous side passages. You realize this is a sprawling base.
All right.
I mean, if you get tired,
probably miles of corridors.
If you get tired, I can carry you or something.
That's okay.
It's a 20
I've got balls of steel. Just roller skate my way down there.
Oh my God. He's a good friend. He's a good friend.
So
for Duke.
The two of you can hear more and more mechanical sounds, robotic sounds, servos activating, metal on metal sounds, scraping. And then up ahead you can see the green lights terminate in a large open chamber with bright white lights. And it looks like there's a lot of machinery and crates. You're maybe like a football
like an
field
operating theater.
No, it's like a big open chamber with and that's where the sounds are coming from.
Okay.
And there's a lot of light there. So it sounds like the robot is in that chamber up ahead. You're at the end of the corridor away from it, probably like 100, 200 feet away. Obviously there's some side passages off to the left and right, but so it's obviously straight ahead. The sound is going at a steady rate. It sounds vaguely like construction, but like really high tech construction. So like assembling or modifying some sort of high tech machine, something like that. What do you want to do? You could just charge down there. You could sneak. You could try to figure out more information.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm not sneaky at all.
I don't got a lot of sneak either.
Yeah,
I'm not subtle.
And we're both like, yeah, we're really not. No. Neither one of us are very subtle.
All right. I'm just going to call out to him. Call out to the robot.
You think that's why? I mean, I guess he's going to know we're here.
Well, we're in the hallway, so if he starts shooting at us, we'll just, we'll do some cover shit.
That's Tuesday. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
You
want to do the yelling?
Of course I do.
Then you go right ahead and you do the yelling.
Okay.
All right. So you're about 200 feet away right now. The corridor just goes all the way straight to this open chamber. It's just so big and there's so much light and noise that you can see it from 200 feet away. So, how close you want to get before you start yelling?
Our voice can carry.
Yeah.
Our voice can carry. Now, I'm going to be like, around the corner.
Okay.
The hallway just where it enters this chamber, and I'm just going to belt out, like, hello down there.
Okay. The construction sounds stop. And you can see a yellow blinking light, or a yellow blinking light just starts ding, 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 ding. And you can see a humanoid figure. It's silhouetted, but it has a big yellow blinking light, like a yellow siren light, just like spinning around, like a construction hazard light on top of its head appears in the corridor, starts walking. Hello, this is an active construction site.
Are you the robot?
Hello, this is an active construction site. Are you... visitors are not allowed in this area for their own safety. Do you need safety gear? Are you an authorized visitor?
Yes, I could use some safety gear. I may not be an authorized visitor. Would you be able to guide us to the exit?
Processing. No response from Central Command. Central Command has been cut off. We must continue the repairs. So you can see it's a humanoid, like, it looks like kind of like a robotic, like, construction worker. Like, it is wearing a high-vis vest, but it has a big yellow siren light on its head. And the construction sounds start picking up again. And it goes off to a side passage for a little bit, then comes out carrying like a set of like hard hats, ear protection, goggles, and then so it's just walking towards you. So you can continue to have this conversation with this.
I'll walk toward him.
Oh, there is another. You are non-human size. Hold on. I must fabricate.
I'm like 12 feet tall. It's
I must fabricate custom safety equipment for you. Please come with me to the nano fabrication workshop. I will fabricate appropriate safety equipment for you. We are operating to repair certain crucial features from sabotage and unauthorized access.
What did that guy say his name was?
Brian.
Yeah, do you know anyone named Brian here?
Brian has been flagged as a saboteur.
See? Anime.
Of course it is.
Anime. Japanese style of animation.
This guy gets it.
This guy gets it a lot.
From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. So he's the little construction robot.
So what is this place?
Are you an authorized visitor?
I'm not sure.
How does one become an authorized visitor, please?
Central Command authorizes you.
Okay.
Do you have any contact with centralized command?
No.
Would you be able to tell me what the authorization, what does it look like?
Many times it is a identification card. Many times it is an encrypted command sent from Central Command. But we are working to reestablish access to Central Command.
Okay, so we just got to find the thing that makes cards around here. It's just like a video game. Mm-hmm. We just got to find it, run up there and press X. It's going to make us a card. We're going to be cool with this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know video games.
I mean, you can roll rapport to get a better access to him, or you could roll... you try and intimidate the robot. This seems to be like... You can hear construction sounds still coming from the central chamber up ahead, so... This is not the only robot working.
That's what I was trying to get. So this is not the robot.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a little dinky little guy.
This is a robot.
Yeah, he's human sized, but he looks...
I have this skill, crafts.
Yeah.
Would that assist me in fabricating an ersatz authorization?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, he takes you to a nanofabricator.
Oh, okay, cool. So
because to get a bigger hard hat for me.
Mm-hmm. So he starts,
and my weird shaped head.
I have scanned your face to make the custom gear.
Smooth, beautiful, designed to cut the waves.
It is hydrodynamic, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the way I like my helmets.
No, your face is hydrodynamic.
Oh, yes, it is.
The helmet will not be hydrodynamic. It will be OSHA regulation approved.
It will frustrate the waves. So I'm at this nanofabricator. Can I use this crafts thing to possibly make a fake card to please?
If you wait for it, yeah. Give me a crafts check.
All right.
So it pops out the helmet and goggles and ear protection. You have to roll 4 dice.
I did. I rolled these 4 right here.
Oh, there's the other one. Okay, I didn't see that.
Plus, and 1 minus. So that's going to be 5 total, I believe.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So I totally make this card.
You make a card. What's the name on
it? Central Command Authorization.
Right. Like for
CCA.
Was it like who is it authorizing? Is that what the question is?
Yeah.
Oh, the
2 of us.
Yes, I have made it work and authorized 2 people at once.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what are your names?
Our names? My actual name is Will Grider. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, Will Grider.
James Collier.
And James Collier.
Yeah.
James Collier.
Hello, Will and James. Central Command has authorized you. So this robot was in the room with you and watched you make it. But then it's like, so yeah, also with the 5, you actually get additional insight. You realize these robots are working on a sophisticated AI, but it's clearly at, there are programming limitations. This is a base that predates Ragnarok. Whoever built it went missing. And now the AI that automates and maintains the base has been like grasping at straws. So the problem with AI in general is that when it grasps at straws, it starts to figure out solutions that emergent behavior, in other words, that
potential X threat type.
Yeah. So right now it seems so the fact that it's letting you do these obvious security breaches is proof that it's already erratic. Like it should not have just let you watch it and, make authorized cards and do that. Like,
I think let's just find out what's going on here. And then we'll.
So the construction is the building of this AI mind.
Well, the AI is already there, but it's building something to reestablish access to Central Command.
I see.
So but Central Command must have been the base owner, and they're gone, whoever that is.
So it's time to find Brian and ask him what happens.
So you could go into the central chamber now and see what it's building.
That's right. Yeah, let's go check.
Okay.
Or you could go back to Brian and tell him.
No, let's go check out what it is.
Okay.
First.
So the little OSHA bot leads the way. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, like this is our doomsday machine.
Yeah.
If we find out that's what it is.
So you come to the central chamber, and you can see it's cutting into the seal. Well, it's building basically like an airlock, and a very, very large airlock. And below it, it looks like it's building a missile. So yeah, the missile looks very unusual. Like it doesn't, but it definitely is like big pointy thing that like with rockets at the bottom.
Like it's I'm grasping at straws here. I'm no tech guy, but it seems to me like that if that was just a nuclear missile, that would have been excellent.
Also, there is like a 3-story tall like spider robot with like just a plethora of robotic limbs with all kinds of tools on it.
Like that's probably the robot.
So okay, I asked the OSHA robot. How does the construction of this missile in reconnecting with Central Command, why does it necessitate the construction of this missile?
Data. Central Command access has been lost. Hypothesis. Current communication technology unable to access to reach Central Command. Resolution. Improve communications technology with antenna missile. Launch into orbit. Send emergency signal across planet.
Okay. Do you want to try the sense bullshit on the robot? Since you're the only one with the points in it?
I mean, you can roll a +0. You can also spend fate points to improve your roll.
Yeah, I'll try empathy on a robot empathy.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Okay. It seems to be, right now seems to be telling the truth. It doesn't. It has
it's either incapable of lying or doesn't.
You realize it doesn't realize you're a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Or that you might want to stop it. So, yeah.
Okay, so now we have more information to go back to Brian with.
Mm-hmm.
But he's surely been monitoring us. Well, he said there wasn't any cameras in the cell. Surely we're now in front of cameras.
You make a notice check to look around and sort of figure out the current surveillance setup.
I see nothing.
All right.
Nah, nothing.
Okay, yeah. You don't know if Brian's able to see you or not.
But I can't even see cameras. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you don't. Yeah, you didn't notice anything. So
okay. Well,
you can walk back. The OSHA bot goes back to help the giant spider bot.
Okay, we go somewhere where it's relatively quiet. We can hear ourselves think. And we call out for Brian.
All right. Yes. Hey. Hi. How's the? I've not heard any sounds of explosions. Plasma discharge. Do you discharge plasma?
Not
yet. Makes note.
I mainly defend the oceans, and that's my thing. Look,
we're under the ocean.
I realize that. Look, their buildings. It's like it's an antenna missile.
Oh, ooh. Well, that's not good.
Well, I mean,
why is it not good?
It sounds to me like this could have been a lot worse. It could have been like an antimatter missile or something, but
Well, I mean, one, it's going to send out a big red flag that there's a base here, and the U.S. Navy.
Why wouldn't we want people to know there's a base here?
Well, I mean, the U.S. Navy's probably going to react to a missile launch, off the eastern seaboard with, like, I don't know, depth charges.
Well, that's their problem.
I mean, you're here.
Yeah, but we're going to get out.
Yeah, but if he launches the missile, also, I mean, you don't. What kind of missile is it?
There's an antenna.
He called it an antenna missile, but launching the satellite, I suppose.
Well, I mean, that could trigger all kinds of things. It also could just fuck with the global communications network. Like,
yeah, but none of that really matters to me. The global communication network could be absolutely fucked. I'm still under the ocean.
I'm not going to let you out until you pay off your debt and take that robot out and stop that missile from being launched.
You put this debt on this. I didn't agree to it.
Well, I don't care. I'm the scientist here.
I don't care back at you.
Gentlemen, please. I hate confrontation.
Yeah. I eat metal balls. I can live down here, buddy.
I mean, until they blow this place up. Once they launch the missile, the U.S. military will 100% destroy this place.
I mean, I can just swim out.
Well, again, depth charges.
Yeah, when we blow a hole in the side of our prison here, and you drag me through the ocean, you get me out of here, I'll scream on the way up. I won't get the bins.
I mean, that would probably kill him.
Oh, would it?
I mean, yeah, like he got the trapping aquatic so.
Yeah, I mean, I can hold my breath for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I can handle pressure. I don't, it depends. Actually, if we're like 1,000 feet down or more, you're going to get the bends.
Dude,
yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't kill me, but,
I mean, also as base raiders, you realize there's a lot of cool stuff here, especially if you could dismantle that robot or deactivate it. You could take it with you.
Oh, yeah. My guy's eyeing up in the rope, the spider robot.
Yeah.
Just I'm just worried that I don't think I can physically just fight that robot. I mean,
it's much bigger than you are.
Yeah, we're going to need we're going to need equipment or explosives to do this.
No explosives. This is underwater. Did I just mention that?
Our job is going to be to stop the launch of the missile.
Oh my God! How about you give us solutions rather than just bitch about problems?
Okay, look,
we're going to stop the launch of the missile, but that's all.
Okay, how about this? I can give you a hardware hacking tool that if you can plant in the access port of any robot in the space, it should shut it down,
including the big one.
Yeah, they all work on the same technology.
Okay, now that's a way that's not just brute force.
Okay, I will follow the yellow lights, and that I'll have a drop point for you.
I too question why we didn't just start with this. All right, let's go get this toy.
Well, I didn't. I thought you were. I didn't.
You thought we were stupid. I apologize. I wish I could have met your expectations.
Yeah. Well, it's hard being me. No one ever thinks about how hard it is to be me. Yeah.
Not to be cruel, but who does think of you?
Wow. After all I've done for you, this is very.
That's a genuine question. I don't know if you're married or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to tell you now.
Are you human?
I'm not going to tell you. You're being very mean to me.
I'm just curious.
Well, maybe you.
I mean, if you're not human, that's fine.
I've done so much for you.
Yeah. Look, okay.
We were shanghaied.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you're the one who went into that base without proper precautions.
That still doesn't that doesn't stop you from being a freaking Shanghaier. That doesn't stop. That doesn't. You don't get a pass. No. Who? What?
Yeah, he's just a shitty person, whoever this guy is.
Look, okay, Brian. Look, if you're not human, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
Oh, okay.
So what do you have cameras in here?
Not really.
Why not?
Well, because I tried to shut the robot down, and he shut the cameras off because he realized I was using the cameras to try and, hack him, triangulate his position, and use the security defenses I could hack to blow him up.
Okay, fine.
That's why the turrets are all offline.
Oh, yeah, that's probably. Wait.
We're going to stop the missile, and we are going
and I'm going to try to hack this. I mean, I don't know anything about computers.
Yeah. We're going to befriend this robot, you and I. He's going to become our third person in our burgeoning super criminal team.
And
the three of us.
When did we decide? When did we decide this?
The three of us are going to get Brian.
Okay. Wait. Brian. Hold on. Are you sure? Wait.
He didn't hear this. He didn't hear it.
Okay, look. There are some wonderful robots in the underground. They're great guys, but not all of them can be befriended. Some of them are just machines. It's actually
I'm 90% machine.
Well, but
I am a walking pachinko machine. You can put money in me and win.
But you're still 10% human. But look, and also it's a minefield in the underground, knowing what the robots want to be called. Okay,
I can navigate this. Okay, I regularly bother an elderly Japanese gentleman for far more interesting shit.
Ew. Okay. Fine. Right. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Let's get whatever doohickey he has.
Yeah, let's go get the doohickey.
Because I want to laugh at it.
All right.
Let's go get this thing.
All right.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
You follow the yellow lights. It comes to you can see a large tunnel up ahead with a grate on it. At the bottom of it, you can see like an armored case that looks like it's just been dropped. And there is a young woman in a lab coat grabbing the case as you turn the corner and see this. And she's like,
"Hi,
what?
Is that ours?"
And she just
she bolts.
Yeah, she tries to run past you two.
I'll just stand in her way.
All right, give me an athletics check.
4.
All right. 3. So yeah.
Just like no. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh God.
Actually, is there like just something I can just sit her on like
yeah.
Just okay. Come on.
Okay.
Let's calm down now.
Okay.
You calm?
Yeah.
Did Brian give you this case?
Brian.
Brian.
I'm his intern. Do you work for Brian?
He's asking
us.
No. No.
He thinks so.
I'm pretty sure he shanghaied us, but he says we owe him.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're the people that went through the quantum field last week.
Did you see that happen?
Well, the sensor readings, yeah.
Okay, I trust her more than I do this Brian person.
Yeah. So,
but still, we don't owe him anything.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, what did he tell you?
He wants us to shut down the robot.
Oh,
the robot.
The robot.
Oh, okay. Well, is he?
Do you happen to know what the robot is by any chance?
Yeah, it's an ideal spec.
Is it that big spidery thing we saw?
Yeah.
That's the robot. Okay.
Yeah. It's an ideal mega construction robot.
Well, he wants us to shut it down.
Yeah. Well, obviously, because he wants control over the space, and that robot's independent. It's gone rogue.
It's gone rogue. Okay.
Okay. Well, to be fair, a rogue robot can be bad too.
Yeah, it is programmed to build and to find pleasure in building things. So,
ew. Okay. Well,
task hedonism.
Look. Okay, so he says we need that thing to hack the robot.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I was going to use that to escape. There's a submarine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Look.
First idea, best idea.
Look, I understand.
Well, it can't fit him.
Yeah. If I could just if you just open a moon pool or an airlock, I'll swim out.
Okay, I guess you can step outside the submarine. Yeah. Well, wait. You're the people who step through the field, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry.
Why is that a problem?
What did Brian tell you about that?
It's science, and I'm not. I failed high school chemistry.
It's filled us with incredible.
Yeah, why are you doing this for him?
Well, he kind of had us locked away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it was mainly to get out of the cage that we were in.
Okay. Well,
he said,
I crossed my fingers. We don't own shit.
Okay. Well, that's the thing about the quantum field. I mean, he must have been desperate to contact you. So he didn't offer to pay you or anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Because, once you step through the field, you're tagged by the sensors in this base. And so he can just teleport you anytime you leave this place.
Sigh. I just say sigh.
Yeah.
Well, he put a bunch of tachyons in me.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably ways to discharge that. I could probably. Do you have like a high tech lab or something?
Well, he does.
Not on my person. It's a couple miles away.
We have access to one.
Yeah, I mean, I know if you take me with you, I think I can figure out a way to discharge it, but we'll have to get to a high tech place before he realizes you're gone and just zaps you back here. And then once he knows,
do you know? Okay, yeah. I know this base is underwater. Do you know geographically where it is?
About like 10 miles off the coast
of What city? What's the nearest city?
Just Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, even going at super submarine speeds, he's probably going to be like an hour before he could reach Manhattan.
Well, I mean, if you figure out a way to distract him.
Lady, are you filled with quantum stuff?
No, I didn't step through that field.
All right, well, she didn't do anything. Let her go. All right, we're back to plan A.
Well, I can't. I need the thing, though, to activate the submarine.
Okay, we'll use it, then give it back to you.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go. Let's get our job done.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So, ma'am, do you want to come with us?
Wait, did he even try and lay a guilt trip on you or anything?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's his whole thing. It's not working.
Yeah.
Why, is that like a common thing he does?
Yeah, no, he does that a lot.
He seems very insecure.
Oh, boy. Yes. He graduated second in his class at Yale.
Oh, it's one of those. I bet he's never gotten over that.
No.
Is he human?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's good.
Fallibly so.
All right. I mean, also we probably also don't want a rogue robot just going endlessly constructing things. That's like, it's like, do you want machine worlds? Because that's how you get machine worlds.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, what is it building?
Right now, it's building an antenna missile.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, so we're thinking we should probably stop that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
okay, look, can you?
Why does everyone think that's bad?
Launching missiles into space is bad. Especially built by rogue robots. Who knows what kind of payload it has on it? What if it fries every satellite in the world? What if it sends a signal out to the alien Ludian fleet out in deep space?
What if it doesn't?
Well, you want to take that risk?
I really don't. I don't. No, hey, man, we don't want to risk that. That's bad for everybody.
Wait, let me look at your sheet again. I want to look at your aspects. Let's see here. Yeah, I have to have it. I'll give you a fate point if you want to grab some of the missile components for yourself.
I'm playing this guy too straight. I got to make him a little more goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. There you go. So yeah, you realize you're missing on some primo loot if you're not doing this. So you have Marcia, the intern with you. She knows the layout of this level. She was sent in another attempt to hack all the turrets, and but then Brian is like, I can't open the doors for you, Marcia. I'll remember you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Is Marcia equipped with the means to defend herself?
Yeah, she knows enough to stay out of the giant robot's way, but she's
so is there any way you could help us out there while we go get this done? Distractions would be good.
Are you an Olympics level crack shot?
No. I mean, I can tell you about stuff in the base. So out of character, you can spend fate points to have, say, there's certain things in the base you can use for distraction. So Marcia can assist with that. She can,
also, okay, where
it's a high tech base underwater, all kinds of super science shit.
Also, okay,
around.
so
we already know there's a nano.
Where do I need to put this thing in that robot?
Oh, at the top, right
on the head. It's on the head area.
Yeah.
It's just plug it in there.
Yeah, there's you have to rip open an access panel, an armored panel, and then there's it'll look like a USB thing, but the things the little things. Imagine a USB, like a circular sort of like a USB drive, but it's like the size of your fist, big chunky handle to plug things in.
Well, that's the best design ways.
It's a combination robot destroyer submarine starter. Everyone needs one.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's just a hardware key that unlocks anything.
Okay,
but it can only be plugged into one thing at a time.
So, what'd you say your name was?
Marcia.
Marcia, look, we have to let's shut this robot down.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to loot some shit, and then we'll leave.
Okay.
No, we're going to satisfy me in a much different way. I returned to the nanofabricator with this device, and I'm going to make a perfect copy.
Ooh. Of the nanofabricator?
Yes. Well, okay. I mean, using the nanofabricator to make a perfect copy of this key thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Since I got away with that card.
All right. You need at least a +4.
Okay, where are we? Okay, no negatives. That's 2. To my craft score, that's a 5 again.
All right. Yeah, with a 5, you're able to overcome. There are certain software security features to prevent this from being copied.
Damn.
But you override them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I said you needed a 4. So yeah, see that's thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
It's using that old brain.
Okay. If I give her this key and tell her to go with God, does that make me like less criminal like?
If you wanted to. So yeah, at the end of the adventure, we could talk about reputation adjustments. So that would be tallied into it.
Okay.
So yeah, if you wanted to like gain a point of human or lawful, like you could do that. But that's
Tom, do you think there's any reason I shouldn't give her a key and tell her to get the hell out?
That sounds like something I would do. So yeah.
All right.
Also, I'm defending the oceans here because the Navy's probably going to nuke this place.
Well, if the missile launches, they don't know about the place now, but if the missile launches, that's like a big red flag, DEFCON 1. Oh fuck! What the fuck is that missile doing? Shoot the missile down. Shoot the place that it came from. Like,
all right. I vote we give her a copy of the key because she didn't do anything. She's trying to get out, and she has helped us. So let's get her out.
Yeah, I'm going to say, let's let her go.
Okay, yeah, sure. She's very enormously grateful.
And you don't remember my name.
Yeah,
but we never told her.
Yeah, well, she doesn't know your name, but yeah, if you want to give her contact info, you can. But that's up to you. Yeah. So you've rescued Marcia.
All right.
Okay, let's go get this robot now.
Let's do it.
All right.
Who wants? Okay, tell it. You do the distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will try to. Neither one of us are sneaky, so I'm going to hope you got to be really noticeable.
Oh, don't worry. He's going to get a pachinko ball right between the visual sensors, like once every 3 seconds.
All right.
Dink,
so I will try to be as subtle as I can and get this thing to where it needs to be.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to try to kite him into a hallway, tight spaces.
Okay. So it's teamwork, man.
Yep. Once this big fat spider bomb's wiggling out of the hallway, that's when you climb up and get him. Shadow of the Colossus. We played together, baby.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
We played the shit out of that game.
All right.
I kind of like, God, he said, damn it. Okay, that I agree with. Okay.
Okay. So
let's go, Argo.
So the plan is to lure it into the hallway outside the chamber.
Yeah, to give it less chance to move.
Okay.
I can climb up somewhere to wait until it gets below me.
Yeah, give me athletics.
I have athletics.
Now you would definitely wait. Did you get efficient power cost?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me athletics.
Ooh, that is a 5.
Okay. Yeah, you're hanging on the ceiling, like a solid snake, a superpowered, giant orca.
Kind of like digging my hands into the metal a bit. Like
spider orca. Spider.
I was like, and I'm like, is he really singing that? Like, he's really singing that. Oh my God. Like,
let's see here. What was it? Bilchenko? Yeah.
Yeah, Bilchenko.
Yeah. You look into the giant chamber, you can see it is a massive, spider robot, finishing up the missile, the antenna missile. And then there's the little OSHA bot, nearby. The OSHA bot does definitely notice you.
Okay.
Unless you're going to make a stealth check. So.
Nah, I don't got any stealth. I don't need to clumsy this thing up anymore than I'm going to. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it takes me a minute to gas up my thing, but I'm not going to it's not going to be a constant stream. It's going to be annoying, to dink, dink, dink.
Okay.
Is this bothering you?
Basically.
Okay. So you spend a PowerPoint did you also get efficient?
Efficient?
Like
what he did?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay, so you have to spend a PowerPoint to activate shooting your power for this thing. Power source.
Power source is up here.
On the left column.
Left column.
Middle.
This?
Yeah. A high tech, yeah. So you spend 1 point. Your shooting's active, so you delay. You're aiming your pachinko cannon at the spider bot?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't recognize you as a threat yet, so you get first shot. Roll shooting.
Okay, cool. Okay, the dice are no good, so my shoot is 4.
Okay. Shoot is 4 is very good. It does have no, there's actually I'm treating because it's a giant spider robot, it has 3 sections. The body, the limbs, and the head. So which section are you shooting?
I want him to notice me more than react to me as a violent threat. So I'm just if I can get the eyes or the camera or whatever it uses to see.
Yeah, you shoot at that. It will have to use now. The head has a lower physique, so it'll roll that. So it gets a 2. So you inflict 2 stress on it. Now it does have armor 1 in the head, so you inflict 1 stress on it, but you actually inflict stress on it, so you actually damage it. So all the yellow lights turn red, like instantly. The construction sound stopped for a second. It turns. And it is the OSHA bot charges at you as well, and it is close by. So
dang.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, this is combat.
All right.
So the OSHA bot is going to go next, and it is going to try and do a flying tackle at you. So
wow.
Yeah,
all right.
It is going to roll fight.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Don't mess with the Union.
Yeah. So that is a 2. On a fight check, so you either need to use athletics or fight to dodge out of the way, or physique to just hold on.
Okay. All right. That's so. Yeah, 2 is my score.
Okay, so in this version of it, in my version of it, ties go to the defenders because that's what I remember. So you absorb that, so he does not tackle you. He's not trying to do damage. He was trying to basically, you can do these things called aspect maneuvers, which put temporary aspects on people. So he would have put grappled on you. So you would not have been able to move.
Okay.
But because you rolled a 2, I am actually, however, I'm going to give you another fate point, and say he is going to activate his aspect, robotic strength.
Okay.
So he is going to grapple you. Unless you want to spend that fate point back to counteract.
It's called I win, bitch.
Yeah. Well, this is how the fate point works.
No, I got to stay on my feet. I'll return this to you.
Okay. What aspect are you invoking to?
Let's see.
What would help you in this? Trying not to be grappled by a robot.
So, I have a resource of score 3, but that's because my character's
only
very
aspects
vain.
matter.
Oh, only aspects. Sorry.
Yeah, look at your aspects.
Yeah. Okay.
So, in order to spend a fate point, you have to invoke one of those aspects.
Well, when he tried to tackle me, he reminded me of when a bully tackled me in high school, and that gets my dander up because don't make fun of me.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
like that's how I got. Yeah,
there you go. So you spin that back, and so you still win, and so you're not died. So it spends its action doing that. The giant spider bot the head is going to act, and it is going to try and size you up. And it just needs, and it does. So it gets a free aspect to give to another part of itself. So
interesting, cool.
So it's a boss. So it gets there's 3. It's basically, I'm treating it as 3 separate monsters, but they're all related. So the head just gives the other parts bonuses. So the robot, the limbs are going to, let's see here. It's going to shoot steel cable at you. So it's going to make a shooting check. To try and pin you in. But it rolls a -3. So
right.
I will use that aspect I just got to re-roll that.
I deemed him pretty good with that ball.
Yeah, weirdly. And it went to a -3 to a +4.
Nice.
So that's going to be a 6.
I have to beat a 6?
Yeah.
All right, come on, dice. Do I choose what skill I would use as a riposte?
Actually, it's going to be, unless you, you get to choose its fate. Now, this is at the superhuman tier. So, does your superpower give you anything? Is it only for shooting?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you're actually going to have to get a +8 because all your normal non-superpowered skills are at a disadvantage against superpowered things.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. So athletics would allow you to dodge. Physique would allow you to break.
What if I did it? What if I did my rocket jump stunt?
Oh, that would actually work. Yeah, you could use shooting for athletics.
Okay.
So you spend a power point to activate it, and then you can use shoot to dodge out of the way, and you only need a +6.
Only.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Well, let's see here. Oh my gosh, it's exactly a 6.
All right, you rocket jump out of the way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Big old billionaire, boom, doink.
Yeah. So I assume you're rocket jumping back into the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you rocket jump out of the way barely. So yeah, and you spent that second point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the robot's third action. The body is going to move the robot, so it's just going to charge in. So that doesn't have to make a roll because it's just moving.
But is it getting underneath me?
It is getting underneath you. So yeah,
athletics to drop to its head.
Well, first off, yeah, this will be opposed by the robot's notice to see if it can detect you in time because it does have a bunch of sensors.
Okay.
Wow, that is a shitty score.
6.
What'd you get? Oh, 6?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, with a 6, you are able to jump onto it. So it sees you. So it doesn't see you in time to knock you off before. So you are on there. So this is going to be an opposed. You need physique to open up the panel as you rip it off and plug it in. It's going to use its fight check for the robotic limbs because it gets 3 actions. So it's going to try and, well, grapple you because it likes grappling people.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
It's all the way over here, Tom. I'm sorry.
I'll grab it. I'll just grab.
Yeah.
I'll just grab this one real quick.
So remember, you just got to hold on for 8 seconds, just like the bull riders.
Yeah. Oh,
that looks like a decent roll.
6.
What were the other 2?
That was a.
Okay. All right. 6. Okay. So that will. Let's see here. I got a 5.
That's right under your chair.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll get it later. Yeah. So I am going to invoke the robotic strength again to give you a fate point to make it a +7.
Okay.
Yeah. So it.
Can I?
Yeah. So yeah. Do you have an aspect you would like to invoke that would be relevant?
Surfer dude. This is basically surfing on a robot.
Well, no. This is the raw strength to rip it open. You already landed on it.
Okay. Ocean defender. Essentially, I'm not gonna endanger the ocean with this robot's bullshit.
There you go. All right. See, that's how aspects work. So you managed to do it. So you managed to plug it in. So let's see here. So the hardware key goes in, and the robot starts thrashing around. And you realize it's going to take it some time for it to. You have to keep holding on in order to keep it doing.
No, that stays in.
So the third part of the robot is going to try and slam you into the side to get you off. It's going to so it lurches to the side. It's going to try and sandwich you into the wall. So yeah, this is going to be. Let's see here. That is a 7 on fight. And this is just going to be doing damage to you. So as long as you don't pass out, you'll keep holding on.
So this would be resisting with physique?
I would allow physique for this, yeah.
All right. Big woof. Nope.
Did you get even a 0?
I got a 0.
Okay. On your roll or total?
Total.
Okay. So that's 7 stress you have to take. So you only have 3 physical stress to start with. Now, wait, what's your physique score?
4.
4. So you actually have 4 bubbles. So, but that's 4 points. So you have to take a consequence if you want to stay up. So you have to take a severe one actually if you want to stay up, or a moderate and a minor.
What would be like severe?
Broken ribs.
Yeah, I'll do severe.
All right. So you take 1 stress and you have broken ribs now, as it basically bucks to the side and slams you into the wall. And it is now 33% done. So 2 more turns, and it is going to be. Yep.
Okay, that's stress right here.
Just mark off. Yeah, you can just mark them. Each one counts as 1 now. So
okay.
So
yeah, just I'm okay.
All right. So
I'm really not.
So if you do things to deceive, delay, or trick, or entangle,
please help.
Yeah. So you could, for example, use a power shot to try and knock some of its limbs off to slow it down, or to bounce it off the computer's head to stun it.
Every time I do a stun, I'll need to spend a PowerPoint though, right?
Yeah, that's for that, and that'll give you +4 to your roll and armor piercing. So that's you can just make a standard shooting check and just call for an aspect maneuver, like you're shooting at the sensor limb or whatever and trying to delay it. So
okay,
yeah,
I will do exactly that.
Okay. So make it. Well, are you doing? You don't have to do. Are you doing the power shot, or are you?
Yeah, I'm going to launch one of my billiard cannonballs at them.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Oh boy. Okay. So that puts my shoot at the total of 2. Do I have to spend? Can I start spending fate points now, or?
Remember, powers only use your power source to do that. Now you can take a compel. I didn't write these words out to gain additional powers stress instead of fate points. So it would be something like taking stress as you're pushing yourself to your limits.
Okay.
So you could do that. So the amount of stress would be equal to the it would be one. It would be basically 2 stress.
That's probably worth it. At this
Okay.
point.
All right. So you take 2 stress.
I think it's great restraint on my part. I didn't start seeing push it to the limit.
Yeah.
But I did not.
Is it health or composure?
Health. Yeah, actually, I'll let you choose. You can be health or composure.
It's health.
Okay. So you take 2 on health, and you gain an additional 2. So you get an aspect on it, and you can invoke it to stun one of the segments of the robot or give Orcanus a +2 on a roll. So you can choose when to. So you remember the robot gets 3 actions, but you've stunned it for 1 at least.
Tom, I'm going to let you take a +2 on your roll.
Okay.
So let's see here. The Oshobot can't fit in there because there's
there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff. All right, so the head is actually going to study you. And
it's immediately horrified and powers off.
Yeah. But it doesn't. It needs at least a 3 and only got a 2, so it does not get a free aspect on you. But then the giant robot, in fact, the giant robot limb is going to actually shoot a high-powered nail gun at you, just to do stress. So,
okay.
Yeah. It's gonna split up its love. So that is a let's see here, a 4.
4.
So you can use athletics, or
could I use shoot to shoot his?
You know what? That actually does make sense. Yeah, because they're nails. Yeah, you shoot. Yeah,
as many pachinko balls as nails. Got it.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. No. Other one. Okay. So I'm at a -1. I'm gonna shoot. My shoot total is going to be 3.
And I think I got 4. So you take 1 physical stress.
Boy.
They got some shrapnel.
So do you have physique trained at all?
No.
Or that'll knock you out. So you have to take a consequence instead.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can take a mild one, which would be like cuts and bruises or something like that.
All right, cuts and bruises.
All right. So you just mark it. You don't take any stress. You just take the consequence.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah. So, but then the robotic section, the body is going to try
this thing again.
Yeah, just kind of squeeze you into pace or scrape you off the side, basically.
What an asshole!
Yeah. So you can resist it.
I am going to resist it
and you'll get a +2. Thanks.
Yay!
Yeah. So it gets a +4 on its roll, but it rolls a. Let's see here, a 3 because
8.
Yeah. All right, with that, you did so well. You'll get another. You get to keep that free aspect because you beat it by like 5.
Mm-hmm.
If you beat something by 3, you basically got a critical.
Now he's at 66.
He's at 66. Last round.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you're just holding this thing as the spider bot.
I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah. So the sensors have already been shot, so you have to think of something else to do. You could shoot the weapons to try and disarm it. You could. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what you want to do.
I'm going to take a. Are any more of these Oshobots coming at me?
No, the Oshobots are. There was only one Oshobot, and it's blocked off because the spider bot is blocking the.
Okay.
Yeah, it's back in the big chamber. But it was the spider bot's big, as I have mentioned.
I don't have any more suit. I don't have any more power source, so I can't do any real.
No, you can. Your shooting stays for the rest of the scene. So you can keep shooting.
Oh, I mean like a power shot, like shooting a billiard.
You could take composure damage to give yourself a power source point.
Oh, I'm just Tom. What can I do to this robot to give you better odds when it's your turn? Because I'm fine. I can just run down the hallway.
Is there a way to attack it to make it like lose a turn?
If you can think of something else, you've already hit the sensors, so you would have to.
How about like to knock it down? Target the legs.
Yeah. You could do a targeted attack on its legs. Same thing, basically. Give it less leverage.
All right, I'll take a shot at its legs.
All right, roll shooting.
I believe in you.
All right, That's a zilch on the roll, so that's 4 total for my score.
All right. Yeah, that's enough. So you're able to do that. And guess what? It's going to just use its nail guns one more time. So you can continue with you're just constantly shooting pachinko balls. It's just, there's so many projectiles in the air.
Nail gun.
Yeah, basically. And it rolls a 3 because it really sucks. So you need to use shooting to get a 3 at least.
That's going to be 6 total for me.
Oh yeah, you're fine. So yeah, last one.
Let's do it.
All right, just a 4 again.
8.
Yeah. All right. So 100%. It shuts down. You're able to push off of it. It falls to the ground with a bang.
Sorry, actually 9.
Okay. Yeah. It is still intact, but it is now 100% non-functional. The OSHA bot shuts off too. So yeah, you have control of the robot now. Or I mean, you could try to reprogram it.
Excellent. I take its I take its murderous tendencies and tell it to focus only on Brian. Everything else is a good guy. Fucking kill Brian.
All right, roll crafts. You want to roll really high for this.
The zilch on the dice. My craft score is 3.
Okay, you can spend a fate point to improve that by 2.
All right.
All right, which aspect are you invoking?
I have to have it. No, I have to. I have to get this thing on Brian. I have been impugned upon. He thinks we're fucking stupid, and he thinks no.
This is high school all over.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I don't owe him anything. Yeah. No, sir. He owes me.
Yeah.
An apology.
All right. So, with that, it flickers on. What is your phrase? What are you telling it to do exactly to Brian?
I need you to find the shortest path to Brian and then hold him for me.
Find Brian. It just starts.
I think I was going to say disassemble Brian.
Yeah. I wanted. Yeah. So, bit of a monkey paw situation, but yeah, it reactivates. It pulls up its limbs. It actually detaches part of its body so it can maneuver more quickly. And it just starts speeding. It can go very fast through these tunnels. It turns out.
Can we follow him?
Oh yeah, you can follow him. There's a bunch of sparks and shit. Like it's just pulling itself along the tunnel. You actually see there's these grips specifically for these giant spider robots. You didn't really like notice those before, but like holy shit. And it gets to the intersection that you were told not to go down, and it goes to a big heavy security door, and it just sends out a tiny little arm to interface with the door panel, and you two both have to run to keep up with this thing. Like,
I'm always like, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you are really not supposed to run.
No, like this is not good. This is not good.
Yeah, it is not good. It opens up the security door, and you can just hear Brian's voice like, "What? Why is that opening? Oh no!" And Brian is pretty soon you go into you just leisurely follow in, and Brian has set up his own home camp here. I mean, there's literally camping gear here, and lots of granola bar, protein bar wrappers, some bottled water, mini fridge, a bunch of Monster energy drinks, actually Sploink and Cougar Juice. Those are the energy drinks and
DoorDash down here somehow.
Yeah, somehow. There's a bunch of computers set up with RGB lighting plugged into the walls. And Brian is there, tied up in steel cable, held by the spider robot. So,
Brian, did you think it would end up this way?
What? I honestly can't believe you've done this. This is so unprofessional of you. I can't believe you would do this.
Friend, I'm a criminal.
Yeah. This is just let me go and I'll forget about all this and you could just leave.
No, I don't want you out here doing this to anybody else.
What I'm doing is very important. You wouldn't understand.
Brian, I'm going to leave you here.
What? No, you can't do that.
Yes, I can.
You can't do that.
Brian, I'm making a decision for you in as much as you made a decision for me. But the difference is You know you're going to die.
Damn.
I'm like, dude, are you sure that's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Do you not like yourself?
Yeah,
I like myself. I like myself enough to never let this happen.
I mean, leaving the guy to die. I don't know. You sure you want to do that?
I'm a criminal.
You're a criminal, but are you a dick?
No, we let that woman go.
Well,
Brian is dangerous, obviously.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you can just do something good to make up for something you know you're going to do bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you have the impression that I let the woman go because I knew I was going to do this, that's far from the case.
Okay, I'm not going to stop you right now because I'm in a lot of pain.
It's okay. I won't implicate this in you. This is all me.
Look.
Go with God.
Hey, Brian, I appreciate, everyone's got work they need to do. I appreciate
Look, I can pay you. Please. I don't want to die. Look, I've got money. I can wire you some crypto.
My friend, look at me, because I'm decked out in pachinko gear. I'm lit up like Times Square.
Yeah.
I clearly have enough money to do what I want, and I do it very well, as you can see.
Yeah. Okay. No, please. So, yeah, he's just bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Look,
That's all he's got is money?
What else you want?
Look,
I have a lead on another base.
Brian, okay. Here's what I'm proposing. Just hear me out.
Yeah.
You immediately take this field thing off of us, like now.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, as we're talking.
I can't because I'm tied up.
Well, you have a tongue, don't you? I'm going to put your little face over the keyboard and you tongue in the keys, okay?
Okay.
One at a time.
Yeah. All right. He does that. It is very excruciating, but you can, roll academics.
Okay. Okay. I'm like, I don't think we should come. Even I'm like, okay, that's funny, but
yeah, no, he's totally debasing himself. Yeah. So, he does seem to delete a bunch of data from his computer. I mean, you can roll academics to try and understand the science shit. You have that, but yeah.
Okay, but as far as we know, the quantum field's been disabled on us.
Yeah.
Okay, look, here's what I'm proposing.
Destroy the computer.
Yeah, you could just pachinko. I mean,
look.
Or there's like some hammer. There's a sledgehammer.
Okay.
What do you got?
Here's something. And Brian, you can put your input in here too. Because I want to include you in this.
Yeah.
See, at this point, I personally don't want you to die, but he seems really committed to that. So I'm going to try to maybe work out a solution where
I've got something more valuable than money.
I'm going to get there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, first of all, he and I are both going to loot the hell out of this place.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, you said you had a line on the base. You can give that to us.
Yeah.
Okay, so you give us all that, and how about we let him live? Yeah, we get a new base we can loot. We get a base we can loot.
I'm sorry, I can't go back on one of my employees' words, and that's fine. That's fine. He told you that we're going to let you live. I'm not going to make a liar out of him. That's fine.
I'm just proposing. He didn't you both had to accept this. I mean, I can't get involved because I really don't want to.
You just involved yourself. Involved yourself.
Well, in this, I'm in no position to affect things either way right now. I'm really gonna need some time. That robot was heavy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'll leave the hard work of deciding what to do to Brian with you, friend, because I know exactly what I want to do.
Okay. Like in this case, I was and we're totally gonna tell the Navy about this place.
I guess.
I mean, you can tell the underground too.
It's actually no, even better. I'll tell the people that are about this who'll put a stop to all this.
I'll tell the evil Navy.
Trust me, they'll know what to do. They can get people out here in minutes.
And the evil Navy mustaches are mandatory.
The underground's just all the non-humans, so it's the banded together for survival.
Sure.
As a setting.
So, I told them what I'm planning,
mm-hmm.
What I think should happen, but I'm going to go back and start looting some stuff. So
okay, yeah. Yeah, so Brian says he can give you teleporting coordinates to another base. He hasn't been there yet. He was planning to visit it next after, but he does, want to live. Now, you can just take that information and then let him die, but there will be a reputation.
I'm actually just going to say, look, I proposed a solution, but it's going to be your decision.
Yeah.
I need you to understand that.
And I'm just going to walk back to where I was.
I need you to understand you're never going to do this again to anyone, especially me. But you're just not.
Yeah, you can give me an empathy check.
I don't got an empathy.
You can still roll it untrained.
Zilch.
Okay. Well, you know what you know.
Like, and so it's like, this is your thing.
I mean, he seems to be like a human without superpowers, except maybe some knowledge of super science. So like, he doesn't. If you take away all his shit, he's just a normal person. It seems like.
Yeah, but he's also very petty.
He's very petty and might say sociopathic. So, yeah. It's up to you. So
Robot, I want you to constrict him like a boa constrictor.
Okay. You can program that in there and kill him. Yeah.
All right.
No, you don't have to roll at this point.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, you already programmed him to find it, so like that's pretty trivial. Unless you do something organized, he's going to be executed. So yeah,
I walked away. I left the decision to him.
All right, yeah. So you've killed Brian. You take his base. You find he does give you his base coordinate. That will. Obviously, I need to work on reputation rolls. That would definitely make you more criminal, both of you, because you're judged by the people you base raid with. So, you would shift over to criminal from lawful. And
it's a playtest.
Yeah, it's a playtest. So
he would unwillingly go towards criminal.
I mean, if accessory to murder is still it's still like.
Well, he left on good faith that I wouldn't kill him though.
Yeah. People aren't going to know that. They just know that you rolled together and you killed the person that, captured you. So it would make you more ruthless. It's reputation. So it's like people would know that you killed Brian, like your crew killed Brian. So, I mean, Marcia certainly would be able to tell people, about, he was alive when I left, but I don't know what happened. But you did save her. Yeah.
It's a one shot. Well, look, when we start doing this.
Well, I need to have actual full rules of so know what the reputational system is. Like I'm just realizing I need to spell that out.
Once we're playing this game afterwards when it's finished or whatever, then we'll
it's going to have a morale. Like if you kill people in cold blood, people will think of you as criminal, if they know of it. Yeah. So,
sure.
But killing in self-defense is different. But there would be a mechanism to, even for the underground, take him to people to detain him or punish him. They could put him at, anyways, we can, so that's something I need to work on for the next playtest. Overall thoughts on this.
Good.
I got attached to my character pretty quick.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
There were some very, I liked how tactical the game became without me relying on a goddamn index full of terms. Okay, I have to move out of the way. I guess I better find the entry for tumble. And tumble's 5 meters from the wall. None of that. None of that. Thank God.
Yeah. No, that's Fate. You can get a little crunchy with it. It's only the first edition of base raiders got very crunchy, but it's not grid combat and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And also there was just me to make the large monster actually 3 monsters, and so it gets 3 actions and it's challenging. It's not just the typical RPG.
And we're also not dealing with a D&D 4th edition, hit point extravaganza.
Yeah, the first month. Yeah.
Was I overcoming a lot of tough rolls that I necessarily shouldn't have? Because I mean, with leaning on my shoot skill, I was rolling high pretty much consistently, and I was able to get out a lot of scrapes.
You also had to hurt yourself in order to keep shooting and doing stunts.
Yeah, and also I'm super strong, but I got horrifically injured holding that thing in.
Yeah, and superhero things, I do want kind of a rock paper scissors thing. If you're facing a villain who has I'm a ghost, I can't be shot by physical things, so your ability can't hurt me. Then it would be well, you're fucked, aren't you?
Yeah. Bill Chinko can't go up against ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. So unless you did a stun to give yourself magic pachinko balls,
or earn a temporary aspect.
Yeah, temporary aspect. You get douse them in holy water, that'll work, shit like that. That's what Fate's for. But that's the idea is it was a big monster you could shoot and actually and part of it was me you can use shoot to defend.
Our powers were good for this encounter.
Yeah. They were good for this encounter. Yeah, I kind of geared it for that, but big robot thing that's easy. But yeah, there would be foes that would be able to counter you perfectly. Someone who's working at a distance, or someone who's intangible, or someone that what if it's a slime monster that just isn't hurt by shooting? So that kind of thing. So, and yeah, obviously big guy faces bigger guy, like guess what? Tom's character barely survived,
I'm good.
Yeah. So any other Tom, any
No, it's definitely, I think I like the idea of like simpler, less powerful characters.
Yeah, definitely simpler and more like this is your thing. I also do like you can burn stress to gain power source points. So yeah. One thing is you didn't even do any stunts. Like you could have done like I mentioned, the Hulk palm slap as a stunt, or you could have come up with other stunts. But anyways, that's something to think of in the future.
Sure.
But yeah, we'll stop this.
I say that because I really want to do this in the future now.
Yeah. I'll keep working on the playtest materials and work on the reputation system and the base stuff. And we'll do it again. This was just kind of
character gen took a lot less time.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think. Do you think it was limiting by tying your power to a skill, like specific skills?
I think that kind of works because most powers can be directly correlated to a skill.
Yeah.
Magical powers would just be attach it to lore. And things.
Exactly. But yeah, things that you do, like you just do them superhumanly now.
But I think that when we start doing this in like a campaign, I'm probably going to do this same character, maybe rework some things now that I know it better.
Yeah, sure. Cool. All right. Be sure to check out Chris's Operation Kill the Fact Man on YouTube.
My channel is OKTPM, the acronym. First video, it's about Namco Museum and about museum features of video games. It's about 20 minutes long. Try it, you like it.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. And thanks for listening. We'll talk to you all later.
Later.
Bye.